Hey guys, welcome to Creative, where we help athletes, sports marketers, and those athletic business owners learn how to build legacy brands beyond the game. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we will continue to talk about solutions that can truly change the business of sports. Today, we'll be discussing how to build an influential brand online. We'd love for you to tackle that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to give us a like. It really helps out the channel. Now let's get into it. If you've been subscribed to our channel for a while now, then you know that the process of brand building takes quite a while. Some people might make it look easy, but in reality, influential brands are built on hard work, grit, and time. You can never build something solid if you don't know the foundations that you need to actually make it happen. So in this two-part video series, we'll teach you how to build an influential brand online, starting with the basics, figuring out what personal branding really is. So let's start off with the basics. Creative believes in the importance of knowing the basics of everything. If you want to truly succeed in today's fluctuating market, then you need to learn how to build something sound and strong. And the only way that you can do this is if you have an existing idea on the basics of personal branding. So to get you started, we'll first define what personal branding is and what it really means. So what is personal branding? Similar to branding in the overall hierarchy, personal branding is the process of promoting an individual in the manner that builds credibility and authority, meaning that your personal brand doesn't just revolve around your logos or photos that you share online. Building a personal brand means creating a recognizable identity online, from the way your visuals look down to the manner in which you speak to your fan base. That's the basics of personal brands. You need to be consistent on all of the elements that we've mentioned above to create an identity that people will easily acknowledge, even from afar. If your brand's main archetype is the hero, then your visual identity and brand messaging should signify the same archetype. If you want to build an influential brand online, you need to go beyond just creating cohesive visuals. So, why does personal branding matter to athletes of any stage? Well, we've seen great athletes disappear from the limelight the moment that their career on the field is over. Yet, at the same time, we've seen retired players make a new name for themselves in different careers, and all of it was possible thanks to their personal brand. Having a personal brand means that athletes like yourself are able to showcase sides of yourself that fans would otherwise not know of. If successfully done, it allows them to explore other fields once their sporting career is over, with their personal brand testament to what they can do and offer to a niche. And thanks to the growing presence of social media in the sporting industry, having a personal brand has become a must for almost anyone in the market. Now that fans have almost 24-hour access to their favorite players, they become more eager to see what athletes do when they're not on the field playing or not in the gym training. They want a glimpse of everyday life of the elite, meaning they click and view anything online that gives them an idea of what their favorite athletes do in their pastime. And with so many players in the market promoting their own quirky lifestyle, the competition on who gets the most clicks and views is increasing. Athletes nowadays have to find a way to elevate themselves from their competition and grab the attention of niche sports fans. Now, this is where personal branding comes in. See, when you build a personal brand, you're basically creating a portfolio of sorts of all that likable aspect of yourself and constantly showcasing it on your platforms. This means that regardless of whether your fan base is looking at you through the lens of platforms like Facebook or Twitter, hint, hint, different audiences, they now know that it's you they are seeing because they've seen you 100 times in this form on other sites. The more constant an athlete is, the more trustworthy they seem in the eyes of sports fans, and the more familiar they are to you, the more recognizable you become. And when fans start to see you on other occasions alongside other brands, they start to associate the reliability and the relationship that they have with you and that other brand, which is very crucial to brands doing co-partnerships. So let's talk about the changing in consumer habits. Well, consumers in general have become more skeptical and careful about the brands that they support. Gone are the days when you run down the mill advertising and persuasive enough to get people spending their hard-earned money on things that they don't even really need or that they even value. In order for brands to get the loyalty of modern day consumers, they need to build great relationships with them. Connections build trust, and that takes time. Something that most brands don't really have. So as a solution to this dilemma, companies started to work with influencers and other celebrities that already have stable relationships with a target market they are trying to reach. Hint again, their target market. This means that they work with athletes, social media influencers, and the likes in order to connect with segments that they're trying to get. This is the value that most companies look for in athletes. Before they think about sponsoring them or even inviting them into their ongoing affiliate programs, they want to make sure that the player themselves have an established brand that matches their own. Besides the new potential customers they might get when they work with athletes, brands also know that their association with them alone can either boost their reputation as a company or not. These are only some of the important roles that personal brands play in the success of an athlete. Besides aiding you in building important relationships with fans, it helps players like yourself connect with companies in other fields that you relate to. So let's get into building your very own personal brand. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of articles online telling you how to build your personal brand. And while most of them provide decent tips on branding, a large majority of them miss one important factor that dictates the success of a brand. And that is workshops and brand discovery. If this is the first time that you've heard of such a term, don't worry, we'll help you make sense of it. In a nutshell, brand discovery is the first step and one of the most crucial stages of the brand building process. Why? Because it basically lays down all the foundation that your brand needs. Its values, its identity, its visuals, its messaging. Basically everything that makes your personal brand laid out during the brand discovery stage of the process. The unfortunate thing is, a lot of athletes often skip this stage because of how time consuming it is. Yes, the discovery stage means spending hours brainstorming ideas and discovering aspects of yourself that can be used to build your personal brand. But the insights and ideas that you gather during the stage are meant to be the foundation of your personal brand. These are the things that will dictate the visual identity of your brand, the manner in which your brand will speak to its audience, and how it will present itself online. Without these data, it would be difficult to build something that actually lasts. You'll end up confusing your fan base instead of connecting with them. And at its worst, you'll end up with a very messy online presence that no company wants to be associated with. Now that we've explored the basics of building that influential brand, it's time that we move on to the actual process of creating that personal brand on social media, which we'll discuss in our next video. If you want to learn more about the process of creating and promoting a successful brand, then make sure to check out the rest of our channel on said topic. We hope you guys loved today's video, and if you want to learn more about the great solutions that can truly change the game, don't forget to tackle that subscribe button, give us a like, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything else. Now, this is Zach with Creatitive, where business is our sport.